There are so many tradies losing thousands of dollars a month just because their website sucks. Yes, they may be the best plumber in the city, but if their website sucks, nobody's going to believe them because 75% of people judge a business's credibility based on their website design. That is 3 out of 4 people. So that is why a high converting, slick website is so critical for service businesses, especially tradies. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a fast, high converting, slick website in Go HighLevel that you can sell for thousands of dollars to tradies. Let's dive right in. All right, so here I am in my mowing company sub account, and I've gone straight down into sites, and then you want to click here, websites. So you'll end up somewhere here in funnels. You want to click websites, click new website, and I'm going to go straight from templates. I'm not going to waste time building from scratch unless you're some amazing web designer. One, you probably want to be using something like, WordPress if you're this incredible website designer. If you're not, you should be running from template and customizing your own template. So I've got a mowing business. So I'm going to show you kind of what I started building, but I'm going to type in here, like, let's go lawn. Okay, cool. Right, so we've got some templates here, and this is actually one that I'm building off at the moment, but let's create a new one. So we'll just choose this one here. And it's just going to take a second to load. And basically there's 3 or 4 really things you want to think about when you're building a website, and you may already know this, so maybe you're preaching to the choir. If you don't, there's 3 or 4 main things you want to think about. One is your offer. Like, what are you offering? Offering all these different kinds of services? Or are you a mowing company offering just a couple of services? It's really important for the user, or should I say the buyer, to have clarification on what your offer is and where are you offering it. The second one is call to actions. Where can I do the thing? Where can I call you? Where can I click to request a quote? Where can I fill out a form? If none of the websites, if you're auditing a website for a client and they don't have a call to action or many call to actions, right there, you're already adding value. So that's the second thing. The third thing is reputation. So how many people have used your service that will give you a glowing review to give me confidence in buying your thing? You must stick that up on the website because that is going to give you credibility. And the last one, and it can be important over time, is your SEO. And so we're going to be going through real basics, nothing detailed, but it should be just enough to kind of get you by and get your website healthy. So we're going to have a slick, high converting, healthy website here. So, all right, fine, let's use this. So here you want to customize all your buttons, right? So if you click on here, you'll scroll down and you can open up your images and add your logo in here. So for instance, I've got a couple of images already. I'm going to go down to the bottom and put in my logo. Bear with me a second. All right, so I'm going to click my logo here, and you'll see that pop up there. Obviously, customize it however you want. Configure, just have a play around with this side panel here. When you click on a box, then the side panel of all the buttons will show up, right? So if I want to, for instance, add more buttons, I can go ahead and do that. And then if I want to connect them in a certain way, I'll go over here and edit it. Maybe I want it to go to a page. Maybe I want it to go to a URL or a section of the website. So it zoom, goes down. And if you can put everything on one to keep it simple, that's great, especially all the home stuff. If you want to add service pages, that's really good for SEO, so go ahead and do that. But other things like contact us and about, if you can put it all in the one, then that would be fantastic. For instance, all right, let's take this about section, and let's take an about, like, let's say we have an about section in here somewhere. I don't know. Let's use FAQs for now. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click edit, and I'm going to take. Actually, sorry, you need the green section here. Yeah, no, that should be right. That should be right. Yeah, there it is. You go to styles and you copy this code here. This will make sure that the website goes straight to that section. So if I click about and we go to general, about, go to website URL, and I'm going to paste that in right there. Cool. Now, when I go there, it'll zip me straight to, I'll show you, it'll zip me straight to that section. Actually, I should have put about us, but you get the drift. That'll pop up in just a second. Okay, and we're going to go to about, and it takes me straight down here. Now, let's continue. So over on the left here is your elements. This is where you can add more. You may not want to, but you may want to, especially for like, I don't know if there was a place for reviews. Remember how we need to, and now you might want to, here's a quick pro tip. If you have a profile, if you have a business that has a bunch of reviews and then Google Business Profile linked already, you can go ahead, go to reputation, widgets rather, go to widgets. Grab the code is what I'm saying. Once you've grabbed the code, so you play around, configure your widget, whatever you need to do, grab the code here, chuck that into the website. So you've just added a section, and then you're going into code, drop and drag that code here, click on it, and then you can add that widget in there like so. Obviously, I'm doing this rough and dirty at the moment, but you get the picture. Additionally, with the HTML section, you can build all these cool configurations, calculators, apps in Gemini, in ChatGPT, get it to put it into HTML, and it'll put it on the it is so helpful. But let's quickly just have a look at the review section. Boom, there it is. Obviously, I didn't configure anything, and there's no reviews for this, but you can see where it would be coming along here. Cool. Okay, so what do we got here? We've understood. You may want to, change the whole design and the coloring. Make sure you connect all your maps in here. Make sure your custom values are connected. Connect all your. You probably. And then you're going to want to go into once you've kind of established exactly who you are, what your services are and where you service them, and a bit of a badass. Make sure you put your services. Yep, your reviews will go there. FAQs, really important. Now, if you want to make these a little bit more interesting, right? So for instance, you want these to kind of have an animation on the website. You can go style, and there'll be an animations section. One moment. Let's try this one here. There we go, animations. So you want that image to kind of come from like the left or something. So let's do something cool. Like speed, boom. So you can have, and then you can have this one. Oh, let's save that. Oh no, that's fun. This one doing from the opposite direction, right? Boom. And you can do this and that and this and that and this and that. So have a play around, configure these animations. There are softwares and systems where you can add some additional CSS code on the image. So for instance, you'll click on the image, you'll go to CSS. Custom class code, and you can configure the animations even more specifically. If you want a different kind of bouncing automation or something like that, there's plenty out there to do that. But let's continue on. So we've got services we offer, titles, we've got the reviews, the about us, photos. Make sure you get photos in there. Make sure you tag your Google Maps in here. This is also going to act as like a backlink and a citation for your Google profile. Make sure all this is connected to custom values. I'm just going to quickly show you where custom values are so that you're not kind of running around the place. But if we go into settings, come on, mate. Settings, and we're going down to custom values. This is where you're going to update, if it's not from the business profile information, you can come in here and add your custom values for your website. All right. So we have now filled out the website with the information we need. To make SEO relevant, there's two kind of main things you want to think about. At a really high level, I've SEO before, I've done technical on-page SEO, all that stuff, and you can spend hours and hours and hours and days and days and days on SEO. For the purpose of building a website for tradies, tradies is a super competitive niche. So for you to do SEO for tradies will take you lots of time and money. So you're not going to be able to outrank a lot of tradies in cities, for instance, where there's based on the SEO you do on this website. it would take lots of service pages and blogs and backlinks, and backlinks that's a whole nother subject. So what you want to do here is the basics. You want to discuss the services you offer in the locations you offer them in, and then talk about as many times those keywords and services as you can. So for instance, if this is gardening, or this looks like pruning to me, mowing, blowing, what's this, repotting, I don't know. So you find these keywords, you put them into the content multiple times. Make sure it's natural, make sure it flows naturally, because SEO picks up NLP, natural language, and put the keywords in the content. So when you're going to write the content about us and the services and all that, make sure you chuck it in ChatGPT and get it to give you SEO relevant, rich keywords. So that is a massive hint for you. Now make sure your H1 tags and your H2 tags are relevant as well. So if I double click on this, I should see my H1 tags and my H2 tags and all that. Where are they? Where are my H2? There's a H2 for the paragraph here. Now in this, that's a H3 for these. Me personally, I would be having one H1 tag, which you only should be having one H1 tag per page. I'd be putting one H tag. So you go in here, you click. Let's find the H1 tag. Why are you being difficult? Poppins. Get out of it, Poppins. What do we got here? They're constantly updating this. All right, I found it. So they updated it. So you click the top three here, and just kind of click this one here. Click one of these buttons, but you can see the H1 has popped up. Great. Now you can see headings. Google SEO is only going to want to read one H tag per page, and then it kind of breaks down H3s. Just think about it as category. You might have a whole second word, your services, and then you would break that down, and that would be broken down into H3 tags. So you have your H1, which is your biggest one. It might be gardening in town, whatever the name is. That would be kind of your H1. Then you would scroll down here, and all these kind of headings here would be that would be a H2. And I think it's put here as a, yeah, so we're going to make that H2. This is for Google to read it, because if Google doesn't understand what the H tags are, it's not going to be able to read this properly, and therefore the SEO just becomes redundant. This is like rule number one for SEO is H tags. Okay, cool. So H tags are your kind of on-page SEO that you want to worry about. One more thing you can do is hyperlinking words to each other as well. Google scrolls this, for instance. Beautiful functional suggestion, lawn. Okay, cool. I've got a keyword there. This one keyword is called lawn, and I'm going to hyperlink another section. Let's go. There we go. There's the section I want to link it to. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go to styles. We're going to take that. That is my hyperlink to lawn. And we're going to copy and paste this URL. What happens is Google notices that this is links. There's backlinks and interlinks, and this basically people will click this and it'll go straight to the launch section. It helps provide more navigation on the page for Google to scroll. Okay, cool. So we've gone through a bit of it. Done. H tags and links. The other part of SEO you're going to want to do is just get the metadata correct as well. So we'll go over here, SEO metadata settings. Go ahead and fill all this in. Get ChatGPT to help you, but make sure you put the title in there, the sections for all this. Don't guess. Go in, I would just take a screenshot, put it into ChatGPT, and ask it to spit back all the relevant SEO metadata. Likewise with an image, chuck the image in there. You can alt tag it, so you go into the image and you kind of put a step on the background of it, but really the value I don't think was that high compared to getting the basics right, which is heading tags, keywords, interlinks, and metadata. All right, move on. All right, so we've got the website builder. Now, it should only take you a couple of hours to kind of get the budget. Don't forget that there's always these pop-up pages that happen as well. You can either remove them or customize them yourself, but it's another call to action section. So someone jumps on the website and form part of a mailing list or whatever it is. Make sure that these links, every button and link is connected to something, because if it's not, you're going to lose credibility. Then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and connect your domain. So let's go through the process. Oh, I don't have a domain for this. You would go into settings and create your domain. Let's do that right now. All right, so you're in the website editor section. Now, just a quick note too, we've only been editing the home page. There's a multiple other pages that you're going to want to look through, especially the like calendar, contact us, making sure you link up your calendar. I've got a video on calendar linking that you can refer to in this channel as well. Calendar setup, rather. Okay, cool. We're going to go to settings, and then over here, you've got purchase domain or connect domain. Now, purchasing domain is fine, but you can't currently purchase a .com.au domain, because Go HighLevel rolls everything out in the States first. If you're wanting to build a website in Australia and you want to quickly purchase a domain here, which would be way easier, granted, because you don't have to connect all your DNS and all those records. But I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go connect domain. And I'm actually going to do this for my other website that I've just started building, so that you see this in live action. So we've got connect domain here. It's not going to like it because, oh, there we go. I'm going to connect domain. I'm going to jump into my GoDaddy settings. And if you're not using GoDaddy and you're using something like Venture IP or Crazy Domains, please don't use Crazy Domains. It's the worst thing of all time. Okay, cool. So I've got Let It Mow. No, it's supposed to be frozen. Let it go. That's why I did that. Okay, cool. So GoDaddy, it's going to find the domain, and it may connect it straight away if it hasn't already got some connections. So it already has some connections. It's got conflict with A records and multiple A records and probably a CNAME record. So what that will show you, the GoDaddy platform, if you're new to building websites, you don't understand what I'm talking about, don't stress too much. It seems a bit technical, but you can always kind of get someone helping you to start with. And I'll probably do a full video on how to connect domain settings as well. So I'm in my profile domain. All right, let it mow. There it is. So we're going to domain here. DNS over here. And I'm going to want to delete this blimmin' A record. Where was it? Website builder site. Get out of there, man. Stop trying to build websites. So I'm deleting that record. Don't worry too much about it. It's not going to let you delete records you can't, like you shouldn't be deleting. If that makes sense. So, but with Venture IP, please be careful. Probably use help with, I always kind of use desktop help, service desk help with Venture IP to connect them. With Crazy Domains, you definitely can do it yourself. It's just a pain, especially just logging in with someone's credentials, like the business owner's credentials. Crazy Domains, if you can avoid that, you'll win, man. Okay, cool. So I've deleted that domain record. Let's see if it'll do it again now. Yeah, I think I'll do a full video on how to do this. Cool. Didn't like it. That's fine. We'll do it ourselves. So we're going to go back. I'm going to go records, add records manually. So, oh yeah, so cool. So I'm going to go ahead and add this A record and add this CNAME record. Now, another thing here, you can see this CNAME record. And that is probably why it's been conflicting. Add the have to constantly do this. Cool. I'll explain all these kind of records in another. But don't stress too much about it. All we're trying to do is connect the domain. So to do that, it's trying to navigate. It's trying to map these fields themselves. If it conflicts again. Yeah, conflicted again. That's fine. We'll go do it manually. Fine. You want to be like that. All right. So I'm going to copy the required field, and then I'm going to add a brand new record. So let's do that right now. A value. I'm going to go at. Boom. Let's do that. CNAME record. Far out. It doesn't like my need to verify a lot lately. 10, 16, 23. Haven't had this much verification issues before. Probably need to verify it again. All right. Now, it might take a little while to propagate. Hey, happy days. Boom, we've connected our domain. Okay, so essentially what we've done in this video is I've just shown you kind of how to pull up a website, how you can configure it a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of kind of, not a lot, but a little bit of design to think about. But if you've got services and locations and your offer, your call to action, and your reviews, your reputation, if all those things are in there, with a little bit of SEO, you've got a solid website. There's nothing better than everything else out there. Let me know if you've got any questions. And the beauty about Go HighLevel too is that it is free to host the website on the sub account. So when you go to any other website builder, you need to pay a monthly fee. You don't need to do that with Go HighLevel. That is the press. You need to do like $10 a month. So here I'm just going to click and add this in, and yep, lawn care. What is this website actually? Cool. And then I'm connected. So I just wanted to reiterate that as well is, yeah, the website design, the beauty about this, there are AI website build really slick, quick websites. Some Google don't like as well, Google.com. I can't run ads on those websites, but you can build gorgeous websites through those AI builders. But is that it's free hosting, and you can tweak SEO and images and all that much easier. Let me know if you got any questions, and I hope that was helpful. Just a quick read. I've gone into websites. We've kind of built our site here. We've done it on a different page. We've played around with these buttons. We've added animations. We want to make sure that the keywords are in, the heading tags are in, and then we've connected it to a domain. So basic crash course. It was quick and dirty. There's you know, you can spend more time on this to get better if you want. But if you have any, message me for free. You can email me, call me, or I'll get back to you. And if you do want to sign up to Go HighLevel, I do have a 30-day free trial link, not a 2-week one. I have 30 days. So if you want to play around with this for 30 days for free, just use my link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next one. Cheers, guys.